So behind me I have the girls. This is Chippy and this is Courtney. This vlog is going to be all about them and their progress in their training. So yeah, hope you enjoy.
Yeah, baby, you've been making me crazy. Wait, my heart has been racing. I've been feeling you lately. Yeah, I feel alive, and I tell it like it was no surprise that you caught my eye. Anything you want, just know I got it for you,
So I'm going to talk about Courtney first. She is the one who is turning for this spring. I'm not 100% sure when her birthday is, but I think it's sometime in June. She is a Belgian warm blood. I will show her sire here. So this is the only really clip I have of working Courtney last summer. I worked with her probably about a month and a half before we got to this point. These were her first few steps of trot under saddle. She had been really good, so this was the day we decided to sit on her at the trot. We had sat on her maybe 1 or 2 days before this at the walk. So I'm just there perched in like a half seat. I'm just there for weight. I'm not there to do anything else. Anyway, she was super good. She didn't react at all. I was super proud of her this day. So this is maybe a week ago now. This is me long reining her. So she's now almost 4. Last year she would have been 3. And she's gotten really good at long reining. I did start long reining her a little bit last summer, but not very much, and she's been kind of working on it throughout the winter. I think it's super beneficial and it's honestly really fun to do. And you can kind of do everything with it. Like right now I'm kind of lunging her normally, but it means that I don't actually have to use my voice for downward, so I can actually kind of squeeze on both reins and she feels the pressure in her mouth, and that way she can kind of learn what bit pressure means, and I can turn her both ways, and I can also kind of drive her, so either from directly behind her or from kind of like angled back by her hip, so I can take her down the long sides, I can do patterns with her, so it taught her steering. Like by the time we were on her, she almost like already knew how to steer. So it's a great thing to do, especially with a 3-year-old, because we were able to teach her what pressure on the bit means, what turning is, what stopping is, and she knew all of that before I started riding her. Recently, she's been kind of rushing at the trot under saddle. She's gotten a lot better about it recently, but here I was trying to kind of work her at a nice, slow, rhythmical trot, so that's why she's kind of going at a slower pace. So here I've switched to driving her and just a bit of rein pressure to stop, and then I literally barely touch the reins and she'll back up, or she's just scratching her nose. But she's quite good at that, and then you can just cluck at them or even just wiggle the reins a little bit and tell them to move forward. But I honestly find it really fun. It's almost like you're driving them in a cart kind of thing. And I find it super useful. So here I'm just doing some patterns like diagonals. I think I do a serpentine at one point. You see the really good dressage riders, they'll train all kinds of movements from these long reins. That would be super cool. Obviously I have no idea how to do any of that, but they seem to be able to train like piaffe and passage and even different lateral movements from this technique, which I think is super cool. So you know, maybe once the girls are older and I think I can figure that out, that would be something fun to try. But here she just gets so supple, like she can just turn every which way and she'll change her bend beautifully. And she's such a big horse, it's nice to be able to control her like this from the ground. I think this maybe was the day after. I think I even did some long reining before I got on her here. I do it fairly often. But anyway, she's really big, as you can see, although I really like her because she fits me quite well. I'm fairly tall, so it's nice having a bigger horse to ride. Again, like, she's super supple after being long-reined, and she's usually searching for the contact. But as you can see here, like, this was one of her really, really good days. She had this really nice rhythm, and we're trotting a little bit slowly for that reason I talked about before. She's just was being a little bit speedy. I think mostly just because she's so big, and she's turning 4, I think, this month. She's big, she's young, so I think she was just unbalanced, so her reason to speed up was because she couldn't balance through the turns. So we worked a lot on just kind of slowing her down and getting her rhythm. And of course, it's not always perfect, but she was going super well this day. This was a really nice ride. I'm glad I got some video of this because I was really happy with her this day. So we're just doing walk trot at the moment. But we should be cantering any day now because she's been going so well. And she's just awesome. So I think we'll be cantering soon, so hopefully I'll get that on video sometime. I'll add it into another video, but she's just a cutie patootie. She's lovely. She's the first horse I ever backed myself, and that was last summer, so she has a special place in my heart. She's such a sweetheart.
So I'll now talk a little bit about Chip. She is an Oldenburg. She will be turning 5 in July, so she's 4 right now. She's super, super sweet. She's got lots of really nice dressage lines. She's got, like, amazing breeding. So I will put in a video of her grandsire here, as well as her sire. Anyway, Chip has been coming along really, really well lately, so I have a couple of videos from last summer when we were working with her, and then as well as some more recent video, so we'll get to that now.
So I have a couple of clips of Chip from last summer. This is one of her first canters, I believe, under saddle. She was really, really good this day. This next clip, I believe, is her first time lunging outside. So I took her outside. She was very flashy. She was very excited to be lunged outside. This is from last summer as well. And while we were out there, we decided that we might try a pole and maybe put her over her first little jump. She did not take to it right away, I must say. But she finally figured it out. She'd always stop right afterwards, but it was pretty cute. That was her first ever little jump. So this is this summer. So she's 4, she'll be 5 in July. She was a late baby. So this is just the other day. I'm just lunging her with some side reins. She's been a little bit fussy with her head lately, so we've just put side reins and lunged her a little bit before our ride. She's just getting back into things. The fussing with her head has already pretty much gone away, but this is what we've been doing before our rides just to help with that. She has some gorgeous movement. Like, she just has this naturally floaty trot. It's beautiful. We did canter with her last summer, like you saw in the last clip, although she got into a bad habit of ducking her head. So she has not, we kind of went back to basics, and she has not cantered since, but we're hoping to canter her in the next little while. Again, she's inconsistent with her head, same as Courtney is right now. They're just young. But usually as the ride goes on, she starts to really stretch along her top line. Like here, she's going so much nicer. And once she does that, her hind end starts going, and ooh, she looks so good. She has lots of dressage lines, but I think she'd also make a really, really nice hunter. Anyway, she's a cutie patootie. She's been really, really good. She feels like a completely different horse than last summer. Just working her through the fall and going back to basics. Her turning's way better. Her transitions are way better. She's kind of the opposite of Courtney. Like, Courtney, I sometimes can't get to stop. Chip, if I ask her to stop, she'll like stop on a dime almost too fast. But anyway, she's been way more supple, and as you can see, she's just going so beautifully at this point. So anyway, she's improved leaps and bounds, so hopefully we'll be cantering both of them soon, because they've just been growing so well.
I hope you guys enjoyed watching Chip and Courtney's progress. They've definitely come a long way since last summer. I'm hoping the next video to come out will be getting the jumps out in the arena and maybe doing some gymnastics with the horses, so that will be kind of fun. But let me know if you have anything that you want to see. I hope you guys are still enjoying the videos, and I will see you next time.